I don't know, weights. It's very similar like yesterday. And output the maximum and the minimum. And also output the average of all the weights. Now the average, if you guys struggle, I'll show you how to do it. But right now I really want to see if you guys can still remember how to do the inputs and the maximum and the minimum. All right, so everyone except for Adam and Lutfi, I want you guys to do this. And once you're done, just share your screen and I'll check it. Now for Adam and Lutfi, Adam, I think you know the task. It's the same task that you did last time, which is write a program that outputs the amount of Fibonacci numbers that you want. Now, Adam, I think you know what Fibonacci numbers are, but I don't think Lutfi does. So Lutfi, Fibonacci numbers are basically 0.
I know Fibonacci numbers.
Oh, you know Fibonacci numbers? Great.
Is it the one where it goes like 1 and then 2 and then 3? Then 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8.
Yep, that's it. That's the one. So you got to use arrays for this.
Okay.
And if you're struggling, just tell me.
All right.
I actually finished the Fibonacci code last time. Can I show it? Or should I wait for Lutfi?
Go ahead.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Hold on, let me just stop sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right. What's it?
No 1, no 2, yep. If fib equals 0, print insert the value of 0, great. Else print Fibonacci numbers while count. All right, Adam, this is great, but is it possible if you can do it with arrays?
Oh, okay, I'll try.
I have a question. How do you do the thing where it's like the loop, like you tell it how many times to do the loop?
All right, so let me just share my screen. So basically, there's like 3 parts of the program. The first part is he asks how many Fibonacci numbers you want. That's like the first part of the program. Okay, and then they tell you, I want this many terms. Okay. Now this many terms will set how long the loop is. So for example, it's for I in range, and it's gonna be terms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
All right. Guys, for those of you who are doing the first task, in order to find out the average, you need these two lines. You need to have a total, which adds up all the inputs, and you need to declare a new variable called average, which divides the total by how long your loop is. So since your loop is, in this case, 8, because you're inputting 8 values, you would need to divide total by 8 in order to get the average. And one more thing, the average, you need to declare it as a float. Now, what's a float? Well, a float basically means that this variable has decimals in it. If you type in int, then this variable is an integer, which means it has no decimals. But you don't want that because the average might have decimals. So you gotta declare it as a float because it will have decimal places.
Hello, Rafif.
Yep, Zaid.
Okay. So I'm stuck on this one step and I don't know what to do.
All right. Can you share your screen?
Okay. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to put after this line?
First of all, you gotta create the loop. So if you remember, the loop is for I in range. No, you use brackets instead of equals.
Oh, okay. I put loop.
No, inside the in range is basically like how long you want the loop to be. Since you want to input 8 numbers, you put in 8.
Oh, okay.
And then at the end of the for I in range, you gotta put a colon. Okay, so anything that comes after this colon is in the loop. Now,
Oh,
now the thing is, now what's happening here is that everything under it is not indented, which means it's not in the loop. So you gotta indent all these things inside the loop.
here.
Just return it back. So the easiest thing to indent is you press tab. So you go to the beginning of wait and you press tab. Yes. And the variables, it's much better to put the variables outside of the loop.
Okay.
So when I mean outside of the loop, I mean on top of it.
On top of it. Okay. Wait, what?
I'm done with mine. I'm pretty sure.
All right. After I'm done with the side, I'll check on yours. All right. So the next thing is, wait. First, press enter. Okay, great. So now it's indented. So the next thing you need to do is, what do you call this? Ask if this, the weight that you just put in, if it's bigger than the max.
So
You gotta put it, you gotta indent it. Yep. And remember, if it's bigger than the max, then this weight that you just input becomes the max. It's the same thing with the min. Oh yeah, Zaid, don't forget, at the end of every if statement, you gotta put a colon.
oh, okay. Wait, no.
Zaid, you forgot the colon. When you put the colon. Wait, Zaid, put the colon, okay. And press enter, the boom, this is already indented.
Okay.
Ooh, Zaid, the weight and the max, you made it the other way around. Because now what's going to happen is the max
Yeah.
will, yeah, so you gotta make the max equal the weight, not the weight equal the max. And this if statement, it shouldn't be inside this if statement, so it should not be indented there. Yeah, do you see this faint line, Zaid? Wait, go back. Do you see this faint line, this faint white line?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where you should put your next if statement, because it shows where the indentation is.
Okay.
So you do the same thing for the min, and you output the min. All right, so I'm gonna check on Lutfi now. Zaid,
Okay.
can you stop sharing your screen? Thanks.
Wait, just a second. Is it showing properly?
All right.
Wait, I just have to run it now. Oh, do I have to run it, or you can just see it?
Just run it, see if it works, and then I'll check the code.
Wait. Where is it? There we go. If you can, let's just say 6.
All right, that's great. So can I check the code?
Yeah, there's one problem with it though. When hang on, let me just show you the code again. When you enter when you enter like 1, it doesn't show anything for the arrays. But
All
yeah,
right,
other
so
than that works.
let me just check. Def recur. Okay, you've made a module. If n is smaller than or equal to 1, then return n. Else return recur. Oh, you're using recursion. All right. Recursion is kind of complicated, but that's fine. That's great. You've declared the array there. Seek, I think that's terms. Input how many Fibonacci numbers. Yep.
Yeah, it stands for sequence.
If sequence is smaller than or equal to 0, then enter a positive integer. Else print Fibonacci sequence for I in range. Sequence print recur. I, okay, it goes here. Dot append recur. So if you put in 1, let's trace it. So if say you put in sequence 1, okay, then you're going to print recur I, which means I think it's 1. I think I is 1 right now. Yep, I is 1. So it's gonna go here. So n is 1. So if n is smaller than equals to 1, then it should return 1.
Oh. Okay, let me try it. Wait. Hang on. Okay. 1. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. So you have the Fibonacci array. So Lutfi, next thing I want you to do
Yes.
is, again, this, I'm still gonna give you a challenge. So you have the Fibonacci array, right?
Yes.
Now what I want you to do with the Fibonacci array is I want you to write a program program that will reverse the array. So if you have 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, I want the array to be 8, 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, 0. So I want you to reverse it. So you take that Fibonacci array and you reverse it.
Okay.
Rafif, I have a problem.
All right, just share your screen. Okay, if weight is bigger than max, then weight will be the new max. All right, so let's see what your compiler says. Right. Basically, for the input, you need to declare it as an integer.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't really divide a string.
So like that?
No, you put the int before the input.
So now, right?
No, not yet. So remove the brackets from the int. So just write int, okay? And then you put in the brackets, the other bracket. You know what? Let me just show you what I mean.
Okay.
Right, so just stop sharing for a moment. All right, so this is for anyone who's doing task 1. So you have your variable there.
Okay.
And so you have your input statement, enter the weight, all right? Hold on. Okay, so right now, the program thinks this is a string because that's the default.
Yeah.
You want to declare this as an integer. So in order to do that, you do int, and you put everything inside the int bracket. It's the same thing. If you want to declare it as a float, you just put everything inside the float bracket. You want to declare anything as a string, you put it all inside the string bracket. So in order to declare the variable as this data type, you just got to put the entire line inside the int bracket.
Rafif, I finished them for the Fibonacci sequence. Should I move to the next task or should I show how I did it first?
Just show how you did it.
Okay. You see it?
Yep. All right, let's see it. Num1, num2 equals 1 and 1. Count equals 0. Fibonacci declared it. Great. While count is smaller than the Fibonacci, you print num1. Fibonacci dot append. Okay, everything's good. So again, like I told Lutfi, you take that Fibonacci array and you write a program to reverse it.
All right.
All right, Zaid, can you just share your screen again? I just want to see where you are at right now.
I'm so confused.
All right, no problem. Just share your screen. Okay. All right, first thing you need to do is remove the brackets before the end. There we go. All right, so here, the end, let's see if the bracket's right. Yep, the bracket's right. All right, so the next thing, if statements, you never ever put speech marks because those are only for prints. All right, boom. And now, this should work. Now yes, all you need to do is now print the minimum and the maximum.
Should it work now?
Let's see. All right. So name weight is not defined. If weight is bigger than max,
Oh.
it's a max. Ah, yes. There we go. Great. So now you move on and try to get the averages of all these weights.
Okay.
Rafif,
Yep.
I finished with the minimum and maximum, but I don't know how to do it like the average thing. I don't know how to get the
So
average.
does your minimum and maximum work?
Yeah, it does.
All right. So let me just share the whiteboard again. So for the average, you need a new variable called total. And basically what total is that total, it adds up all the weights. So for example, you input 35 and then 42 and then 12, okay? It's going to keep adding it up and putting it into the total. So 35 plus 42 is 77 plus 12 is 89, okay? So the total will equals 89. So first of all, that's what you need. You need a total variable which adds up all the sum of the weights that you input. And then you take that total variable and you do it and you include it on this new variable called average. And you know how the average is, it's the total over how many weights you've inputted. In this case, 8. But now remember you gotta declare this as a float. So you gotta put it inside a bracket. Because if you don't, then it's not going to work. Because right now average is declared as a string. Same thing with total. Total, you also gotta declare it as a float. Because like I said, it's string. You cannot add up strings together. You can only add up floats and integers together. So you gotta declare it as a float. And so yeah, you declared the variable total and you declared the variable average. These two variables are what you need in order to calculate the average.
Rafif, I finished reversing the array. It wasn't that hard. It was just like one line. Should I show it?
Yeah.
I'm also done.
Oh, I didn't realize you can do dot reverse, but hey, it's fine. You skip all those needless lines, which is great. Just hold on tight. I'll give you a new task after I'll check Lutfi.
All right.
I did the same thing. Hang on. Just, wait. Just a second. Here you go. The usual.
Great. So I'll give you a new task. Just I really want to check Rafi's first. All right. So Rafi, can you share your screen?
Oh, yeah, okay. So this is all I have for now.
Okay.
I didn't do. I'm gonna start doing the average stuff, but I'm still like a bit confused.
All right. Let me just show the whiteboard again.
Wait, so yeah, it works over here. Do I stop screen share?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right. So again, you need to use these two things, and let me just explain why this total manages to add it all up. So basically, every time you input a new weight, it goes into the variable weight. So let's say you have 55. First of all, you got to start total at 0, because if you haven't input anything, then the total is 0. So when you input a new weight, which is 55, okay, it goes into the variable it goes into the variable weight, okay. And since from here, total equals total plus weight. So what does that mean? It's basically the variable total equals total, and total right now is 0. So equals 0 plus the weight you just inputted, 55. And so now total equals 55. You input another weight, it goes into the variable weight, and let's say you input in 32. Now we go back here again, total equals total plus weight. So basically, what's that? So it's total, since it's total plus weight, what's total right now equals? It equals 55. So it's 55. And what does weight equal right now? It's 32. So total equals 55 plus 32, which gives you 87. And so on and so on. So basically, once you've added up all the weights that you've inputted, you divide it by 8, because you've inputted 8 weights, just like the average. The average is basically the total sum over the amount of numbers that you put in. And once you're done, you just print the average. So Rafi, do you understand it, or do I need to explain
oh
this
yeah, wait,
total
but
again?
the total weight will be like different every time though, because like if I can just I'll put like different numbers every time. So like how do I do it if like you said here the weight is 55?
Inside inside the loop, the values are always going to be changing, so it doesn't matter. What matters is that let's say you put in another one, weight equals 12. So right now total equals 87 plus, because look, total equals total plus weight. What's weight right now? 12. Total equals 99. All right. So let's say the loop's done, and if the loop's done, that means this total is not going to change because there isn't any new weights inputted. So this is the final value of the total.
Oh, okay.
And so now it goes to the average. And the average is total, which is 99, divided by 8, and it'll be whatever it is.
Wait, so if I just put
Because
the total as if I just put the total as 99, will it work, or do I have to like if I put the total as like 99, will that work?
This total is a variable. It really depends on what weights you input. If you input, I don't know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then the total will be 10. That's what the total is going to be, because those are the weights that you inputted.
Oh, okay. Wait, so do I do all this after all of the code I wrote, or like before all the code I wrote? Because like like do I do it after print max and print min, or do I do like before that?
So the average, okay, when you're calculating the average, that's outside the loop, okay, because you
okay.
want the final value of total. But for this one, when you're calculating total, that's inside the loop, because it's continually changing depending on what you input. So the total calculation inside the loop, the average calculation outside the loop.
Oh, okay.
Rafif, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how do we make a line where it adds the total, where it makes the total?
The total, it's basically straight after you input the weight.
Also, it's the total is already assigned. It's already.
No, you first gotta assign total the value of 0. Because if you haven't input any weights, then it's of course going to be 0. So you do total equals 0 at the very top, outside of your loop, at the very top.
At the very top, okay.
Because total starts at 0.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so Adam, Lutfi, do you guys know how to do 2D arrays?
What are those?
2D arrays are basically,
Oh, you have
this.
like X and a Y.
Yeah. So basically like car names equals, instead of this, it's also this. Because like there's 2 values.
Okay.
I never knew how to do that.
Yeah, me neither.
It's fine. So basically, what I wanted you to do is, say for example, car names. This is a Ford. That's the brand. Okay. And the actual model is called Explorer. So these are two separate things. They're not one thing. So so when I say car names, okay, let's say this is the first value of the array, okay? So car names 1 and no, actually array starts at 0. So basically this is the first value of the array, and then 1, and then 1 is, let's say it's Mercedes S class. Hold on, let me just delete some of this. It really, okay, so and let's just put one more. So this should be the third. It should be Kia Sorento. All right. So basically, well, for example, hey, I want to retrieve car names 0 and then 2. What will that give me?
I think it will give Ford Sorento.
Precisely. That's what it's going to give you, Ford Sorento. Okay. Now, I want you guys to input 2D arrays, but inputting 2D arrays is slightly different than inputting 1D array. With 1D array, you just need one loop. You just need one loop to input all the arrays. For 2D arrays, you need a double loop. So you need a for I in range, let's say 6. Now with a 1D array, you just do the inputs. But for a 2D array, it's a double loop. And when you're doing double loop, you can't do I anymore because that's already taken. So you got to do another one like Z. And this will be for the second part of the 2D array. And let's say it's 10. Okay. So basically what this is car names. That's going to be the I, that's going to be the Z. So this will be 6 values big, and this will be 10 values big. So now once you created the double loop, then this is where you start inputting. So first things first, let's start from the beginning. Right now, I is 1, okay? I is 1, and then it goes to the next line, Z is 1. So basically what's happening here is, let's just shorten the array. Let's just call this array M. So basically right now, what you're inputting is M1. Actually, it's the first, M1 and then M1, okay? But it doesn't go straight back up. It's still in this loop. You gotta finish this second loop before you can go to the first loop. So it goes again. Input M. It's still 1, but this time it's 2. So it goes on and on and on until you reach the Z, the N of Z, which is 10. Okay, once you reach the N of Z, it goes back up to the first loop. And now you're inputting values for the array 2. And okay, and once it finishes with the first bit, it goes back down to the second bit again. So now, instead of Z being 10, it's now being 1. And it goes on and on and on until you finish up with Z, which is 10. And then boom, you go back to the first loop again. And then you get this time M3. And then you go to the second loop, it restarts 1. So do you guys get it?
Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
Yeah. So will the max be 6 and 10? M6 and 10?
For your sake, just because like we want to test it, and when you're testing, you want to make the loop small because you don't want to keep inputting values. So
Yeah.
for testing, just do 3 and 4. So
Okay.
basically just input. I just want you to write a program that inputs stuff onto a 2D array and then prints whatever's inside the 2D array. Oh yeah, one more thing. Again, when you're printing a 2D array, you can't use one loop, because what happens is if you use one loop, okay, let's see, the array is M, okay, if you put one loop, you're only going to print the first bit. So you're only going to print M1 and 1, and then M2 and 1. So you're only going to print the first bit of M. So if you want to output the second bit of M, you got to use another loop. So now it will output the first part, which is I there, and the second part. So in a 1D array, you just need one loop because there's only one part. For a 2D array, you need 2 loops because there's 2 parts you need to output. Think of it like a table, like an X and Y table. It inputs the row, it outputs the row first, and then boom, it goes into a new column and outputs another bits of row. All right, so I want you to write a program that inputs things onto a 2D array and outputs them.
Okay. Well, I have iftar, so I'll just do it later, and maybe finish.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Rafif,
Yep.
I think I finished it, but I have like 2 mistakes. I don't know.
All right.
how to solve it.
Just share your screen.
Do you see it?
Yep. All right. So total, you got that. You got the min and you got the max. So you gotta put the total inside the loop because it's continuously updating.
Oh, okay.
Because every time you input a new weight, the total changes.
So there.
but you gotta put that before the min and max.
Before it. Okay.
Zaid, you gotta put the total inside the bracket, not the float.
Oh.
Remember, you don't actually put the data type inside the bracket. You put the variable you want to declare as that data type inside the bracket.
Okay. So is it like that?
Yep.
And here do I do the same?
Yep. You don't put the average inside because you only want the final total value. If you put it inside the loop, then the average just keeps on changing.
So do I just run?
Yep.
Oh, Rafif.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, all right, I'll check on you. Okay, wait, Zai, just remove the float. And remove the brackets. And same thing for the average.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So you finished the average. All right, so I'll check back on you. I'm gonna have to check on Rafi now.
Okay.
Okay, I'll share my screen. So this is what I did, and then I think it works. Yeah. This is the average, and then
Yeah, works great.
oh, okay. So do I just stop screen sharing now?
Yep. All right, Rafi, Zai, just hold on. I'll give you a new task. For now, I'm going to check on the rest of the class who has been very, very quiet. All right, who should I check on first? I don't think Rehan's here. So, Azam, can I see your work?
Rafif, I want to show you something. I'm done with the input and the rest, but I don't know about the average. I don't really understand.
All right, go ahead and show your screen.
But I deleted it, Rafif.
Hmm?
I deleted it, and when I want to open the file, it won't let me because the program doesn't work. So I created a new one, or
Yeah, just create a new one, and I guess you have to do it from scratch, I'm afraid. All right, Zaid, Rafi. So now, this is what I want you to do. Let's just remove this and remove this for now. It's time for you to learn about arrays. So if you want to declare an array, first of all, you gotta name your array. You can name it anything, literally anything. Let's just, for now, name it fruits. Okay, and to declare an array, you do equals, and then square bracket, square bracket. That's how you declare an array. Now, an array is basically a box, a data box where you put stuff in it. And in order to put stuff in it, you use a loop. And then depends, and inside the bracket, you write how big you want your array to be, how big you want your data box to be. So let's say you want it to be 10 data items big, okay? So you do your, your normal input statement, fruit equals input, enter fruits, okay? Now you wanna, what's in this, in a normal program, once you're done with this and you input a new fruit, then the one you input before it will be lost. It won't be stored anywhere. So like, for example, with the one before, when you put in 32, okay, and then you put in 45, the 32 will disappear because you didn't store it anywhere. With an array, you can store things now. So in order to put stuff in the array, you just do fruits, which is the name of your array, fruits. You do dot append. And append basically means putting stuff in. That's what it basically means, putting stuff in at the end of the array. And then you write inside the bracket what you want to put in. And in this case, we want to put in the variable fruit. Okay, so let's say you put in banana. Now this banana, this banana is stored inside this variable fruit, and this variable fruit is added to the end of the array fruits. So now, this is what the array will look like. It will have banana inside. So that's the first cycle of the loop done. Now you go into the second cycle. You put in a new fruit. You input a new fruit. Let's say strawberry. Okay. Let me just input there. All right, so you input in strawberry, okay? Now strawberry goes into the variable fruit, and the variable fruit is stored at the very end of the array. So now the array will look like this. Banana, because banana is already stored there. And now you got a new member, strawberry. Now let's do it one more time. Yeah, say you put in mango this time. Again, it's stored in the variable fruit. The variable fruit is added to the end of the fruits array. And now the fruits array will have banana, strawberry, and mango. So that is what the array will look like now. Now you can also retrieve any item inside this array. So let's say you want to print fruits okay? Now you remember square brackets, and then you wanna print the first data item, which is 0. Now, here's the thing with arrays, okay? It doesn't start from 1, it starts from 0. So this is this 0 data value in the array. This is the first. This is the second. So when I say print fruits 0, what's the first thing in the array? Banana. So it's going to print banana. All right, so, and if we wanna, let's see. All right, so let's put in a new one here. So let's say we print fruits 1. What will that print? That will print strawberry. All right. And mango would be the, so if we do 2, if you want to print mango, you do 2. And you'll get mango. All right, so I'm gonna do a new arrays here. Let's say the array is cars. We do Ford, Mercedes, BMW, Kia, Mazda, and Phuket. All right, so Rafi, Zaid, if I say print cars 1, what will this print from this array?
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Correct. And if I do print cars 4, what will this print?
Mazda.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mazda.
Great. So that's basically what an array is. It's a data box which has an index attached to it. So whenever you want to get something from the box really quick, you just type in the index of the data and it will retrieve it instantly. So now what I want you to do is I want you to write a program that allows you to input stuff inside an array. So you use, so it's this little thing here. So first thing you got to do is declare fruits, or whatever it is. You declare the array. You first name it. You do equals, square brackets. You declare it. And then in order to input stuff onto the array, you got to use a loop. You got to do your input statement, and you got to put that variable at the end of the array using .append. So now here's the question. I want you to write a program that inputs 7 vegetables into an array. That's what I want you to do. Oh, and also once you're done inputting, print out the values in the array. And in order to do that, it's really, really simple. You just do print. Actually, you know what? You need a for loop for that. So I just want you to print out a value in the array, just one value like this. Like for example, cars, you do print cars 2 and you print out a value from the array. So you guys get it? You guys know what to do?
Yeah. Oh wait. One thing for loops. The for here you put like for I in range. Does it have to be I or can it be anything?
It can be anything.
Oh, okay.
Wait, here, when you put inputs, banana, fruits, banana, is that all in the,
No, that's not part of the code. That was just a traced, like I was just tracing the program. Like what would happen if I input banana? What would happen if I input strawberry?
okay, so are we supposed to do that with vegetables or
Yeah, you're supposed to do this program, but with
with
vegetables.
vegetables? Okay.
Hey Rafif, I'm back. I think I finished the minimum, maximum, and the average thing.
All right, just share your screen.
Uh, um, can you see it?
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all correct. So, Rehan, I don't think you listened to my explanation on arrays, did you?
I think I listened at the end bit, but not much of the other parts.
Yeah, all right, I'll just go through it one more time. So basically what an array is, it's basically like a data box where you can put stuff in. Because before, when you input something, okay, and then you input another thing, the thing you input before, it wasn't stored. So you want to store it. And in order to store it, you got to declare an array. And here, in order to declare an array, you first got to figure out what you want to name it. And this time, I named it fruits. You can name it anything. And then it's equals, and then a square bracket, and another square bracket. And this statement right here shows that you've created an array. You've created your little data box. So in order to put stuff into the array, you got to use a loop. So you do for I in range, and I put 10. You can put whatever number you want. So fruit. So basically, you know, the usual input statement. And this statement right here, fruits.append, is basically this. This is the name of the array because I named it fruits. So fruits. And I put dot append, and what dot append does is basically whatever's inside this bracket is going to be put at the end of the array. So in this case, it's going to put the variable fruit at the end of the array. So let's trace it. So basically banana, let's say you input banana. It's going to be in the variable fruit, because look, when you input something, that becomes the variable. And here, fruits.append fruit. What do you put at the end of the array fruits? The variable fruit. You know, this, I feel like I've overcomplicated this. Let's just call it n. So they're not too similar. So you put n. So let's say you put banana. So n becomes banana. And in this second line, n is going to be put at the end of the array fruits. And what's n? N's banana. So fruits. So banana is going to be put at the end of the array fruits. Let's say we input another thing, strawberry. So strawberry is stored in n, and n is put at the end of the array fruits. So now the array fruits will have banana and strawberry. Let's say we input another thing, mango. Now n will equal mango because of the input statement, and you put the variable n at the end of the array fruits. So now we'll have banana, strawberry, and mango, and so on and so on. You know, you can keep inputting stuff, and this program will just put it at the end of the array. And soon enough, and once it reaches 10, it stops. So now this bit, print fruits 0. So the thing about arrays is this is not data item 1. This is data item 0. This is data item 1. Strawberry is data item 1, and mango is data item 2. So banana is data item 0, strawberry is data item 1, mango is data item 2. So when you do print fruits, the name of the array, I want to print the 0 data item, okay? And what's the 0 data item? That's banana, so it's going to print banana. If we do print fruits 2, data item 2, that's not strawberry. Remember, it's not 1, 2, 3, it's 0, 1, 2. So 2 would be mango. So it's going to print out mango. All right, so did you see the little presentation when I was talking about cars and printing values from the array cars?
Not really, no.
All right, so basically, let's say we have this array cars, okay? Let me just move this down. So when you print, you want to print something from the array cars, okay? You got to do the square brackets. And let's say I want to print the third data value. What would that print? Because remember, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
It did print Kia.
yep. So if we do 1, what will that print?
Mercedes.
Precisely. So that's basically what an array is. So all those things you've inputted are stored in this array. And if you want to get something from it, just type in where it is in the array order, and it will print it. So your task, basically what Rafi and Zaid are doing, is to input 7 vegetables into an array, and I want you to print out a value in the array. So I want you to print out a value in the array like this. And in order to input, remember, just create the array, declare it using this little statement at the very top. And you use a loop to input things, the usual input statement. And then to put stuff into the array, you just type in the name of the array, dot append, and then you put in what you want to put inside the array, inside this bracket. If you need any help, just call.
Afif.
Yep.
So I finished a bit of mine, but for some reason the print isn't working. Do I share my screen?
Yep.
So this is what I did. But then the print isn't working for some reason. Like it's usually supposed to be like purple, but then it's like it's not.
All right, first of all, just remove the bracket just behind the vegetables. You don't really need that bracket.
Oh, this?
No, the one at the top.
This.
There, yeah, just remove that. You don't really need that. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, there we go. I think that was the issue.
Okay. Wait, let me try. String. Or do I have to change this to string? Oh wait,
no, you don't put the string there.
Oh.
You gotta put it on the input statement. Remember, it is the same thing as int, but this time it's string.
So I just do that and then?
No. You go behind the input.
Oh yeah, here.
Yeah, it's the same thing as int, but this time it's string.
And then this.
Yep.
Oh wait, again?
Attribute. Error. str object has no attribute append.
I think it's something to do with this line then. The fourth.
Rafi, your variable and your array, they have the same name.
Oh, so okay. I should change it, right?
Yeah.
Wait, should I just like
Change it into anything. It really doesn't matter what it's called.
Oh,
You can
okay.
call it vegetable.
Okay, I'll just do it like a G or something. So is
Yeah,
that good?
okay. So now you change it because now you want to put G in the array.
Oh, okay. So this should work.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, just put in anything. You can put in Transformers, Avengers, anything. See?
Oh,
now print 4,
That's why
1,
it
2,
printed before.
3, 4. Yeah, so it prints the fourth data value in the array.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ooh, so you're
Thanks.
done.
Yeah, I'm done, I think now.
All right. So you can relax now. I'm going to check on the rest.
Can I show you something?
Okay. Zaid said first, so Azam, you're next. Zaid, share your screen.
Okay. Here.
Okay. So does this code work?
Nope. Wait, look.
Yeah. Zaid, you're not supposed to put the print inside the loop. That's when it's done.
Okay. Yep, it works.
Yep, it works.
Okay.
All right. So now, for you guys, the next thing I want you to do, and I think this should be the final thing you guys need to do because it's 2:40 now. So the final thing I need you guys to do, and if you're done with this, you can leave, is I want you to print out, hold on, I want you to print out all the values in the array. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just show you how to do it. You need a loop to output all the values in the array. So you got to do a for. And remember, if you already used I in another loop, don't use I again. Since you've already used I and the loop for inputting, don't use I again. So what you need to do is change it to Z or X, whatever. I'm going to use Z in range. Now remember, what you put here, you can't put in any number. You gotta put in how long your array was. So if your array was 8 data items long or 9 data items long, you put it, but in order to be safe, you just do len. Now len is basically like the length of something. So you put in len fruits, or in your case, vegetables. So len vegetables is basically like, how long is this array? If your array is 9 data items long, then len vegetables will equal to 9. If your array is 5 data items long, then len vegetables will equal to 5. So, and then the next thing, you gotta do print. And then you gotta print out the values in the array. So you type in your array name, vegetables, and then you put in Z. Now, why do you put in Z? Because it's actually very similar to this, except now you're outputting it all. So remember, now Z will start at 1. So right now, Z equals to 1. So when it says print vegetables Z, it will print vegetables 1. And and then once this is done, it goes back up, and now Z is equal to 2, and then it goes back up, and then it prints vegetables. Now we'll print the second value because now Z is 2, and then it goes back up, and then Z now becomes 3. So basically, you just need a loop and a print statement. That's all you need to output all the values in the array.
Rafif, can I show you what's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what the mistake is. But I hit 1. See? It says invalid syntax tab.
Right. Let me just read it. Total. First of all, you got to remove this in. There's like an in, wait, in. You got to remove that.
Is
Yeah. And you got to do equals. Yeah. Okay.
that's it?
Aha. Okay. So you forgot to put the colon after the if statement. So after if weight is bigger than max, you got to put the colon. It's colon, not brackets. So remove the bracket.
This?
Yep. Now remove the colon on the max equals weight. You don't need the colon there. Yep. And now you do the same thing for the second if statement. You put the colon. And you got to put the average outside the loop.
Average outside?
Yeah. Yep. So remove that. Okay, and you gotta print out the average. And remember, when you're printing, you don't use equals, you use brackets. No, you print outside the loop. Just modify the print statements that you have. So you see the print equals max, change the equal signs to bracket.
Yes.
Yep. Now you gotta close the bracket. Yep. Yep, just like that. You do the same thing for the min. and then you print out the average. Yep. Remember, it's brackets.
Yep.
Yep. Now run it.
Not working. It's still error.
Why is there invalid syntax? I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea why it's saying invalid syntax. It should work because it's if, then you put in the colon. If weight is bigger than max, you put in colon. I'm doing the same thing on Python and it's working fine. All right, as I'm just experiment a bit, I'll come back to you, all right?
All right.
Rafif.
Yeah, have you finished?
Yeah, I finished the.
All right, just show me your work.
Okay. Then.
Okay. Yup, you're done. You've done it. All right, you can leave now.
Alright.
Yeah, I finished mine too.
All right, bye, Rafi.
Bye.
All right, Rehan, can you share your screen?
Now can you see it?
Yep. All right, run it. Brilliant, you've done it. You managed to input and output erase. So you're done, you can leave now.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so Zaid, are you done or do you need help? All right, let's see here. So for I in range, ting. And the first bit, right? So Zaid, you did smaller case V instead of big case V because you declared it as V, big case V, yep.
So now it should
Try it
work.
now. Should work.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
You're done. All right, you can leave now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum Kak.
Waalaikumsalam, Kenzi.
Mau nanya nih ada masalah.
Ya udah, share screen aja terus, biar saya lihat.
Nih Kak.
int-nya sudah ada. Ini dibilang tanda lebih besar darinya sama lebih kecil darinya salah.
Iya.
Biasa kalau kayak gitu salahnya di int, lupa taruh int, tapi Kenzi udah taruh int-nya di sini. Kayaknya Python-nya Kenzi nggak bisa tanda lebih besar dari ini. Kayaknya ya, karena ini dibilang not supported. Mungkin itu mungkin itu masalahnya.
Jadi gimana dong?
Oh, tunggu. Ini kayaknya ketemu nih masalahnya. Max jangan kolon, taruhnya tanda sama dengan. Bukan di situ. Maksudnya di garis berikutnya.
Garis berikutnya. Ini.
Ya, di sini kan ada kolon tuh. Kolonnya diganti dengan tanda sama dengan. Dah, ini kolonnya taruh balik. Oke. Dah coba. Mungkin kayaknya seharusnya bisa bekerja nih.
Masih nggak bisa.
Coba delete int-nya.
Kalau delete ini,
Terus ini delete bracket delete bracket yang ini. Ya. Coba pakai float. Iya, kayaknya ini masalah dengan Python-nya ini, karena dibilang tanda lebih besar dari itu nggak bisa dipakai. Tapi kode Kenzi benar ya. Kode Kenzi benar. Cuman kayaknya ada masalah dengan ini.
solusinya gimana, Kak?
Solusinya download Python yang baru, ada di internet. Download Python yang baru, ketik Python, terus klik yang pertama, terus download yang itu. Karena ini kayaknya saya duga ini gara-gara Python-nya nggak support tanda lebih besar dari.
Tapi
Karena kode Kenzi benar semuanya.
saya udah download Python.
Oh, Kenzi ada yang lain, Python yang lain.
Tapi ininya agak beda sih. Kayak gini, Kak.
Ya, coba Kenzi copy paste ke yang ini. Oh, jangan copy paste-nya di sini, harus ke file. Habis itu new file. Dah copy paste-nya ke yang situ, yang kosong itu. Oke, coba ganti float ke string. Bukan string, salah, integer. Maaf, salah.
Masih nggak bisa.
Oh, nggak lihat tadi. Ini kalau Kenzi mau masukin sesuatu nomor ke variabelnya, jangan pakai kolon, pakainya tanda sama dengan. Nih di paling atas nih. Tuh di paling atas, di max sama min, seharusnya itu pakai tanda sama dengan. Karena kan max sama dengan minus 100.000. Kayaknya bekerja nih.
Iya.
Bekerja kan?
Iya.
Ya udah. Ini kita sudah mau selesai, jadi Kenzi bisa keluar dari meet ini.
Makasih Kak. Assalamualaikum.
Nggak apa-apa. Bye-bye.
Rafif,
Yeah, Azam, you just show me your work now.
I tried everything and I don't know what to do. So can I skip task 1 and can I?
It's all right. It's all right. Just let me just see it one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. Share screen-nya Azam.
I can't find it in the share screen. Can I share the screen and then? Yeah.
All right. If weight is bigger than max. Coba delete kolonnya.
The column.
Bukan di situ yang ada merahnya,
Delete it.
Ya.
Same here.
Ya. Coba kita lihat apa masalahnya sekarang. Iya, ya emang seharusnya ada kolon di situ. Jadi taruh balik aja dulu kolonnya.
Yes.
Wait, it's bigger than that. Coba run lagi.
Yes.
Ya, coba run lagi.
See, doesn't.
Mungkin indentation-nya salah. Coba pencet enter. Enter. Dan coba tulis max sama dengan weight di situ.
Delete this open.
Iya. Oke, balik ke kolonnya situ. Balik ke if weight max. Balik ke habis itu pencet enter. Terus tulis max equals weight. Tulis. Itu Oh, Azam seharusnya kalau pencet enter jangan backspace lagi. Itu harus delete dulu.
Which one?
The max equals weight.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Now you go back to the if weight is bigger than max. You go to the end. When you press enter, don't press backspace and just write what you need to write. Press enter.
Here.
Yeah, enter.
Enter.
Okay, and now you write it.
Yeah.
Okay, now you do the same thing for the weight smaller than min. Dah, coba run. Itu kayaknya Azam pakai kolon atau pakai apa itu? Itu kayaknya bukan kolon. Karena juga indentation-nya juga agak aneh. Kayaknya itu bukan kolon. I don't think that's a colon that you used. I think you used something else.
It's
Okay, then press enter. Once you do the colon, press enter.
enter.
Yeah, I don't understand why the indentation is like that. Because I don't think. Oh, wait, Azam. Try doing max is bigger than weight. Or you know what, Azam? It's already 2:50. The lesson's done. So can we revisit this next week?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.